Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to continue our playthrough of Corsair Leader from DVG Games, and we're using the Carrier Operations unofficial variant that was designed by Dean Brown, and you can find it on Board Game Geek, BGG. Okay, so we left off after the part 1 video. This is part 2, and we left off with, we just finished Day 2, Mission 1. So Day 1, we were unable to locate our target, and nothing really happened on Day 1. Day 2, we drew the fleet carrier. Excuse me. We went out, we sunk it, and now I had a secondary target, and that is this destroyer, and now we have to see if we can find it. And if you recall, I do have cap down here, so I have 2 guys on the deck and 2 guys up here on the tactical display. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to roll to see. We have to perform our search mission. So we got to roll, and for this roll over here, search here, because I've improved it 1, is a 6 or higher. So I need to roll a 6 or higher. Now in this search, I did not send out a TBD Devastator to help with the search, so I'm on my own on this one. So we're going to roll. I need a 6 or higher. Hey, that is a 10. All right, so we know where that destroyer is, probably because he's on the outside of the fleet carrier, and now we're going to go after him. All right, so using my nice little updated sequence of play, the next thing we do, we have our target, is we determine and place sights. This target, this destroyer, as you can see, he gets 1 sight in the target area, none in the approaches, no bandits. It is secondary, naval, small, and -1 turn, so I don't get many turns to get him. We're going to draw his sight, and he gets a 1 inch. Yeah. So he gets a 1 inch gun. Okay. So we're going to have to get through that 1 incher no matter what. All right. So 1 inch gun for him. Okay. We're going to assign our pilots. So we're going to take these 2 TBD Devastators. We have Powell, who is a green pilot, and we have Hughes, who's a veteran. Okay, so I have Powell and I have Hughes, and they're going into the launch box here. Okay. Assigned pilots, prepare for mission. Okay, these 2 guys on these can carry a torpedo, so that's what we're going to give them, is torpedoes. All right. All we need are 2 hits on this thing. We can put him down, so he doesn't take a lot to sink him. So we've prepared for mission. First thing we do is draw our target bound event card. All right, target bound. Oops, 1 card, please. Gain 1 SO point for every day in your campaign. Great. We'll set this to the side, and we'll mark that. I'm going to gain 2 SO points. The one thing I've noticed about this game is it hasn't cost us much for SO points. So I probably could have spent more on skills and got my pilots with more skills here, but this is part of the learning curve, right? So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so that's our target bound. Now we launch aircraft. Okay, we got to roll for the wind. Looking for my table here. We're going to roll a die, and we're going to compare that to the table over here, and we get a, oh, it's a 9. Okay, so a 9 is 3 plus 6 is my speed of my carrier. It gives me a 9 plus. Okay, so when we look at this table, we rolled a 9, we get 3. We add that to our deck speed, which is 6. 6 and 3 is 9 plus, is a weight plus 1, which means I could carry an extra weight point on these planes because I got really good wind when taking off. So I think not sure, I have to look. They can carry a 500-pound bomb also. So I'm going to give them both. They're going to take the bomb too, because if my torpedoes don't hit, I'm going to try to drop a bomb on him. So it's worth a try. Okay. We gained an extra waypoint. That's good. That's one of the kind of special rules with this one where you might not get that. You know, if I'd have got bad wind and my carrier was damaged, I might have only been able to carry one waypoint, which means I could have just carried a bomb instead of the torpedo. So this one, we kind of got a little extra here. All right. Okay, so we have drawn our target. We've launched our aircraft, well, as far as the wind goes. So now we actually do the launch. I have Powell, he's green. He is a -1 modifier. So he's the first one to take off. So we're gonna roll for Powell. And he gets a 3, -1 is a 2. And a 2, return to carrier with 2 stress. So Powell goes back to the carrier and he has 2 stress on him. His plane won't go into the damage or anything. He just picks up 2 stress because he had some difficulties there on his takeoff. Okay, so that means Hughes is going by himself now. We'll put Powell's back into operational status there. All right, Hughes, he has to take off. Here he goes. Now he's a veteran, he gets +1. And he rolls an 8, which is a 9, so he's good. Okay, so Hughes takes off and we place him on the board. He's going to come in low. We'll just come in from this side, being there's no advantage to anything else. Okay. There's no bandits, no air defense adjustment, no because of recon or intel. So we now draw our over target event card. And the over target event card, all pilots on this mission suffer -2 on all dogfight maneuver rolls. Okay, well, hopefully nothing's going to show up there. At least we're hoping not, but I'm going to mark that one just to keep it here. Okay, just in case. All right. You never know what might happen. Okay, place our turn counter on 1, but this turn is -1, so it goes to turn 2. Okay, here we go. Dive bombers, we're not using dive bombers. So we go sights and bandits attack, nope. And so now we move in here, south approach. So that's our move. And we go to turn 3. And now we're gonna move into the center area and we go to turn 4. So I only have 2 turns here to get this destroyer. All right. So here we go, we're in slow pilots. So that gun gets to fire at us first. I am going to evade. Let's see, I have a situational awareness. We're gonna play that. So I get to go first. Okay, I have, let's see, stress -3. What's that mean? expend at any time. You may immediately subtract 3 from this pilot. Okay, so we'll save that right now. And we're going to fire our torpedo at the destroyer. Okay, for the torpedo, we get a 5 hits for 1 hit, a 7 for 2 hits, a 9 for 3 hits. My air-to-ground modifier on my pilot right here is a +3. Okay, so I got a +3, but this is a small target. And so, look this up here on our key words right here. Small. -1 from air-to-ground rolls against the target. Okay, so my +3 becomes +2. Right. So we're going to launch our torpedo. Here she goes. Bombs away. The torpedo's in the water. It's running towards the destroyer. And here we go. And he gets a 8. +2's a 10. Boom. He sunk the destroyer. It's gone. Okay. That bad boy's gone. That's it. He can't fire at me because he doesn't have any aircraft to fire now. All right. So we nailed that destroyer with that torpedo. Way to go, Hughes. Okay. So Hughes has to have a homebound. And it says, during the next mission, the first 5 rockets purchased cost 0 SO points. Okay, so we'll put this one up here. I don't need this one anymore. We'll take that one off the board, out of the way. And that was on that one there. Okay. All right. So that one torpedo nailed that destroyer midships, and it's destroyed. Okay, he comes back and he goes into the landing pattern, the holding pattern. Okay, no SAR results. So now we got to go into the part of the mission where it becomes the and he gets 2 stress because of his target. So we'll put that on him right there. So far. Okay. Now, we have to do a submarine check, because this is our ASW portion of the patrol. And on this, enemy subs 1 to 9. Okay. We have ASW of 6 or higher. We'll shake him off. We roll a D10, add any modifiers, check the sub targeting table, and he gets +1 because it's 1942. Okay, so we're going to roll here. A 1 to 9, a sub will show up and gets +1. Oh my gosh, 10. So a sub shows up. Okay. Now, we roll a D10, add +2 for each torpedo bomber, which I didn't have. And if the die rolls equal to or greater than this, so I have to roll a 6 or higher. I need a 6 or higher to drive off this submarine. And we get 7. Thank goodness. Okay, so we avoided the submarine attack. Woo, that was close. All right. Now we have to do an enemy strike determination. Okay. So we roll a D10. It's a 1 to 7, no attack. 1942. He gets a +1, and he gets +2 because there was a fleet carrier, so it's +3. All right. So here we go. Here's the roll. And of course I would miss the thing. Here we go. Oh, 6 plus 3 is a 9. We're going to be under attack. All right. So now we're going to work our way through this phase right here. Okay, so we know there's a raid coming from that fleet carrier that I sunk. They were already airborne. What we don't know is the makeup yet. So we go to this table. Now the way this one works is we roll a D10 and there's a die roll modifier. So 1942 is a +2, of course. So we add 2 to that. It's going to give us a number. It's going to tell us how many bombers are coming. And then on this column, it tells us what you have to roll to see if there's fighter escort with the bomber. So let's say I roll a 7 and he gets 5 bombers. Then we roll this one, we draw a bomber from the cup, and then we roll, and if it's a 6 or higher, he gets fighter escort with that bomber. So this is where it gets tough. Okay, so first thing, I got all these bombers. They're Val's and Kate's in there, the dive bomber and the torpedo bombers. Okay, well the first thing we have to do is roll to see how many he's going to have, and he gets a 2 plus 2 for the modifier makes that a 4. Okay, so a 4 is 4 bombers, and it's a 6 or higher for fighter escort. Okay, so here we go. We're going to draw the first bomber, and it is a, come on, I got one. It is a B5N2. So that's your Kate. That's your torpedo bomber. Okay, and we're going to roll. Does he get fighter escort with that? And he gets an 8. So he does. So there's fighter escort with him. I reach in here and I draw him a fighter escort. It says no bandit, but I don't believe that counts. I believe he gets a fighter escort. So we're going to draw again. No bandit. I'm going to set these down here so I don't keep drawing them. He gets a average 0 pilot. Oops, sorry, with that Kate. Now the next thing we do is we have to determine here on this sheet, there's rows, and you can see I have a die roll of 1 to 4, 5 to 6, 7 to 10. I have my fighters in row 1, 4, and 5, 6 right now. So they're going to be up here, and we're going to see where these guys go. And because that's that bomber, they're coming in low. Okay, and my fighters are high. Alrighty, so we're going to roll. We're going to see which row he's going on, and it is row number 6. Okay, so in this case, we have a fighter and a bomber coming in right here, row 5, 6. All right, now we got to draw another bomber. All right, so this is a, he got a dive bomber, D3A1, and he has to roll a 6 or higher to get a fighter escort, and he gets a 3. So no fighter escort for this guy. Okay, now we roll to see which row he's coming in on, and it is row 3. So 1 to 4. 1 to 4 is right here. I guess I should turn them facing the way they're going. My guys are this way. Okay, so he's high, and I already have a fighter up there high, so I got a chance at that guy. Okay, here comes the next one. Number 3. This one is, another Kate. Okay, he's low, and we're gonna roll now. See if he gets fighter escort down here. And he gets a 6, so he does. So we draw him out a 0 over here. And it is another average. So now we got to roll to see which rows he go on. And he goes on row 6. Okay, so I have over here, I have 2 fighters, 2 bombers coming in. right here. All right. One more bomber. It is another dive bomber. Okay. So we're going to roll. He needs a 6 or higher to get an escort. He gets a 2. No escort for the dive bombers today. Okay, and we got to roll to see where's he coming in at. It's on 9. Oh, so he's coming in on the 3rd track. All right, so we got a lot going on there. Now, fighter movement is 2 spaces. Bomber movement is 1 space, so they're slower. So that means you hit the fighters usually before you hit the bombers. And if I'm in cap and I want to go low to high, it takes me 2 movement points. But if I want to go high to low, it takes me 1. If I need to change tracks, that's 1 movement point to change to the next track. Okay, and it costs me 2 movement points to launch. Okay, so when we launch, they'll go into the launch box, and that's where they come out. Okay, and then from the launch box, it takes 1 movement point to get to each one of those. All right, so we're going to continue to work through this and see how this goes. 2 fighters, 4 bombers. That's not too bad. That's pretty good, being I've got 4 fighters to tangle with these guys, and I got a couple of decent fighter pilots up here. They're not all great, but I do have a couple of decent ones. So we're going to see how this plays out. Okay, so I have the enemy strike set up now. All right, fighter control. So we have a couple things going on now. To determine which row to place your bomber or bandit, we did that. The range column is determined based on when the carrier radar detects the bomber or bandit. Starting with the right column, roll a D10 and compare the value with the carrier radar value. My radar must be one of these. Fighter control. Radar. It's a 7. Okay. All right. If the die roll is equal to or greater than the radar value, then place the bomber bandit in that column. Perform radar check. Advance unit until detected. All right. Then place the bomber bandit in that column. If not, move to the next column to the left and roll for radar detection again. Continue moving left until the radar detects the bomber bandit. You reach the detected column, or your bomber bandit matches a cap fighter at the same altitude. This counts as the enemy strike force's first move. All right, so we're going to roll, and we're going to see where these guys come on at. So we'll start with this guy. And he's only going to get this far because I'm high on this side. The bad thing is this guy's, they're low, and they could get under him before I can spot them. Okay, so we'll start with this guy right here. And we roll, and my radar is a 7+. If the die roll is equal to or greater than the radar value, then place the bomber in that column. It's a 6. Well, it was not. So I think they actually start here. These are the radar checks. He moves up 1. Okay, now we do it again. It's a 7, so we detected him. He stays right there. That's the column he stays in. So we've got him detected. We know he's there. Okay, this group is coming in. Now, let me look. Just on the right side of each row. The range is determined based on the starting with the right column. Right, I did that. Okay, I did that right. Okay, fighter control comes up next. Okay, so let's roll these guys and see where they're at. This would be a group here. Okay, I need a 7 or higher. 8. We detected him on that first space, so he stays right there. Okay, we got one more. I guess I should have been using my blue die. I'm the one detecting. Okay, this is for this other dive bomber in row 10 there. Again, I need a 7 or higher. 4. No. So he moves up 1. He moves there. Now we do another one. Need a 7 or higher. 6. Did not detect him. So here he comes. He's going to go one more, and he's automatically detected because he's within the range. And 2. So he was able to get all the way up to here before we detected him. Okay. All right. Well, that is very interesting. So that's where we've got the bombers at now. Next thing we're going to do is fighter control. So fighter control vectors the cap fighters to intercept the enemy strike. There may be a lag between the enemy strike force is detected and when the fighter control begins vectoring cap fighters. The cap fighters cannot move until fighter control is initiated. If it hasn't been initiated, you roll a d10 and compare the result to the fighter control value. Now, my fighter control value is here, and it is a 4. It's one of the ones I made an improvement on. Thank goodness. I need that. Okay. If it's equal to or greater than the fighter control value, then fighter control is initiated and cap fighters can begin to move and intercept the strike force for the remaining turns. All right. Cap fighters have 2 movement points that they can use. All right. So I got to roll, and I got to see. I need a 4 or higher, and my fighter control will kick in. 7. All right. So I have fighter control now. So that means I can start doing some cool stuff with my fighters and get these bad boys going. Okay, now we can move cap fighters to intercept. All right, so that's the first thing we do now is move our cap fighters to intercept. So I know he's moving here to intercept him. And I know I'm at the same altitude as this guy. So he's going to move. He can change rows. It costs him 1, and he can move here, and that makes that a 2. So Regalo picks that one up. Ocampo picked that guy up, and I'm launching these 2 guys right here. So they go into the launch box. So they're not up yet. And they're probably coming in at a low altitude here because I got to pick up those torpedo bombers. So this is where we start. All right. So now we do cap dogfight. All right. So no fighters engaged me yet. So I got a chance to knock off these 2 dive bombers, and that's, I think, is pretty big right here. Okay. So I got my guy coming in here. He's firing at, this is Ocampo and Regalo are up. Ocampo, he's right here. He's an average. He has 0 air modifier. I have Bill Regalo. He's the same thing. He's a green with a 0 modifier. Okay, so they're not the best pilots for killing these guys, but it's what I got. I don't have a lot here just yet. All right, so we got Ocampo. So what we have to do now is just like normal. We go to our target board over here, and we're going to roll, and we're going to try in my sights with Ocampo. So he gets maneuver success is my air-to-air, which is 0, and this enemy's air-to-air on these valves are -1. Okay, so that's a +1 to my die roll. So he's going to roll, and he gets a 3, which is a 4, and a 4 is +1 on my attack. Okay, I'll take that. So now we're going to attack. I got my number. I get +1 for my attack and +1 because of his maneuverability, so it's a +2, and I need an 8 or higher. 8 or higher. 10. Okay. So Ocampo knocked down that first valve. He's gone. I'll give him a kill. So Bill Ocampo gets his first kill. All right. Now, that's good. He's there, and he got his first kill. Whew. Okay, here we go with Regalo. He's the same situation. He's going to do the same thing. He's going to try in my sights. Okay, so he's got to roll. It's a +1 to the die because of the poor maneuverability of the bomber. Whew, almost was a 2. He got an 8, which makes that a 9, and a 9 is +2 attack. Yes, all right, this is good. So Regalo is firing. He is +3, gets 2 for his attack here, and gets 1 for the bad maneuverability of the dive bomber. And he gets a 4 +3 is a 7. He misses. All right. I think I was supposed to give defensive fire against Ocampo, so I'm going to do that. He's going to roll a 4, 8, or 10. So a 4, 0 to 4 is a stress on him. Or I mean a higher than 4. He rolls a 7, which is a stress. So Ocampo goes to 3 stress. Okay, I'll take that off of there. He's got 3 stress now. All right. Regalo missed. Now they're firing at him. Same thing. Here he fires. He gets a 4. And a 4 is 1 stress. So he goes up to 3 stress. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we did our cat dogfight. AA doesn't fire yet. Perform bomber attack. Nope. Determine carrier damage. Perform repeat steps 4 through 10 till the bombers are gone. Okay, so now these guys are going to move. So enemy bomber bandits move. Bombers move 1 space. Unengaged bandits move with the bombers in the same space. Okay. This bomber moves 1. So he got 1 space closer. And these guys move 1. So there to there. Alrighty, here we go. I need, what are we going to do here, right? I can dive, that's 1, and move 1 row over, and I can pick those guys up. I'm probably going to have to tangle with the zeros, or I leave him at high, and he moves 1, 2, tries to get over here. He can't help him. So yeah, I got to decide what to do here. These guys are coming in at low. That's 1, 2. They can move in there, or I could put 1 guy at high because when he launched, but I didn't. I put them both at low, so I'm figuring on them coming in the middle. So they moved up. They moved up. Okay, so it's my move. Regalo is attacking there. These guys are coming 1, 2. So they're coming in. They know the torpedo bombers are down there. Now I got Ocampo up here. And I really don't want to tangle with those fighters just yet. So I think Ocampo is going to move 1, 2 here. And I'll be ready to attack with these guys that way. Because I can dive him down. And that'd be 1 and 2. These guys can be moving in on these fighters there. So yeah, I think we're getting ready, and hopefully my guy Regalo can do something this time. Okay. All right. So they don't have any attacks from the Japanese side, so we start, the only one we have is Regalo again. So he is a, let's see, he's a 3, he's a 0 for his modifier there, -1. He's going to do in my sights, so it's +1 for in my sights. He rolls a 4, gives him a 5, which is +1 on his attack. So now he's attacking, and that makes him a +2 on his attack roll. And he gets a 6, which +2 is an 8. He shot down that bomber. So down he goes. Okay. And I'm just going to check one thing. Okay, well, what I was looking at in the rule book was, is it simultaneous? And it does not say that it is. So I don't believe they got to shoot at me. So I don't think Ocampo actually took 3 stress, or that extra stress. I think he's still at 2. Regalo just shot down his fighter. So he gets a kill. He gets his first kill of the game. Okay, that gets rid of the 2 dive bombers. They're both gone now. That's good. Now, that leaves us with this mess over here. We're going to have to fight these guys now. Okay, so they're going to move 1 space. And now, here we come. I have Campbell can go 2, and he's in that group against those fighters. Ocampo is going to dive. That's 1 move. He's going to move 1 over here. And Regalo is doing the same thing. He dives 1 and he moves 1. So there, I've got all my fighters down at low altitude now. All right. These guys are going to have 2 stress now that they're actually launched. Okay, so they automatically got 2 stress. All right, here we go. So I'm going to set these guys over here, and I'm going to put these 2 fighters with them. Both fighters were average. That's who picked them up. So I got to get through the fighter escort first. Right here. All right. So the Japanese fighters are going to go first. So he's attacking Campbell. Campbell is going to evade. So he's going to end up with 3 stress. Okay. And that's going to help him. Let's see. I may put that back if he doesn't get the maneuver he wants. So we got to roll for the Japanese fighter. He's +1 on his maneuver roll. Okay, I'm a 0 on my fighter pilot. So he gets a 10. A 10 is out of the sun. Oh, so he swung around there. Now we're going to roll. He's a +1 on this roll. And he gets, oh, it's a 10. +4 on his attack. Woo-hoo-hoo, that is bad, bad, bad. Campbell's definitely doing the maneuver. Okay, they're going to fire at him at a +1 for this 0. And he gets a 4 and a 5. So that 4 becomes a 5, and a 5 is a stress. So Campbell goes to 4 stress. All right, here we come with Wilmarth. He's a 0. This guy's the same situation. He's a +1. Okay, so first his maneuver selection is a 4, which makes that a 5. He's going to try a yo-yo. All right, he's +1, and he gets a 7, which is an 8. That is +1 position, +1 attack. Okay, so he got position on Wilmarth right there. So now he's going to attack. Wilmarth is going to evade, which is going to make him shaken now. Okay, so this guy is going to be +1, +2, and +3 because he's advantaged. So he gets 3 to his die roll. And he gets, oh, 2 10s. 2 10s. So Wilmarth plays Gung Ho. He expends his Gung Ho and they do not shoot him down. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. Here we go. I have Campbell, who's going to try In My Sights. And he's going to be a -1 to his die roll. And he gets a 7, which is a 6, so he gets +1 on his attack. Okay, so he's +1, and he's a +1, so we're even. So he needs an 8 or higher to hit. And he gets a 3, missed. Okay, Wilmarth needs to gain a position. He definitely doesn't want to lose one. Could gain 2 positions. He's going to try the yo-yo. Okay, it's -1 to the die roll. And he gets a 9, makes that an 8. +1 position, +1 on my attack. So I'm back to neutral against this guy. All right, here we go. It's even up now for this attack. And he gets a 4. So I got out of that, but he does not hit him. Okay. Oh, poor old Wilmarth. Mark Bacon Wilmarth, he's in trouble. Okay, so we're back on the board. Everybody moves. So the bombers move 1. That puts them in this square with these guys. And the fighters moved up with them. But they all stay engaged with the same 2 guys. All right. And my guys, these 2 guys have engaged these 2 bombers now. So I'm just going to lay everything out. Regalo and Ocampo have engaged the bombers. All right. So we're going to start with the top one against Campbell. He's going to roll for his maneuver. He's +1 on his maneuver roll. Right. +1. 2 +1 is a 3. That's a tight turn. Okay. He's going to roll with a +1. And he gets a 6, makes it a 7. He gained a position. So he's on Campbell. And now he's going to fire. +1 and +1 for his position gives him a +2 on his die roll. Campbell is going to evade. So he's going to go to 3 for his stress now. All right. And here they go. 2 dice. He gets a 3. That's the low one. And a 6. He was +2, that's 5, that's 1 stress. So he's at 4 stress on Campbell. Wrong guy, marked the wrong guy. He did an evade, made him a 5, and now he goes to 6. Okay, so Campbell's shaken. All right, so he's having some trouble. He needs to get out of this dogfight. I need to shoot these 2 bombers down. That sends everybody home. All right, now we got to do the other guy. He's a +1 for his maneuver. He does a 4, which is a 5. He's trying to yo-yo. He gets a +1, 7. Oh, wait a minute, maybe more than that. Yeah, it's because I am shaken. It's +3, so that makes that a 10 on his yo-yo, +2 positions and an attack. So he's on Wilmarth's tail. So he's going to add 5 to his die roll. Wilmarth is, he's going to evade just to see if he can keep from getting shot down. Here he comes. It's a 3 and a 4. 3 is an 8. And an 8 is shot down. So that was the lowest one. So Wilmarth goes down. Okay. So he's shot down right now. That fighter's freed up. All right, the bombers don't shoot. So we'll start with Campbell. We'll see if he can do a maneuver. He's going to try a yo-yo. and he's going to be, ooh, -3 on this yo-yo. Nope, I'm going to try a tight turn at -3. Yeah, 2, which makes that a 0, so it's no effect. Okay, so I wasn't able to get out of the maneuver with him. Now my bombers are coming in. Ocampo is head on. He's going to be a +1. He's coming in my sights. +1 in my sights. A 3 makes that a 4, which is +1 on my attack, so that makes that a +2. So he's firing at this bomber with a +2. Need an 8, and he gets a 6. +2 is an 8. He nailed that one. Okay, Ocampo gets himself another kill. Okay, so Ocampo goes to 2 kills. All right, now we got Regalo is firing at this guy. What he's going to do in my sights. So here he comes. He's going to be +1. And he gets a 9, makes that 10. +2 on his attack. Okay, so he's firing it with a +3. Right. And he gets, oh, a 1. That's a 4. He missed. The rear gunner's firing at me as I blow past. And he gets a 5, which is a stress. So Regalo is now shaken. All right. So the bombers move. He's still in this row. This fighter's with him. This guy's still engaged up here. So I have Regalo and Ocampo. Ocampo is going to pick up this bomber. Regalo is going to have to keep this fighter busy. Okay. So here we go with this first 0 that's on Campbell. Campbell's almost distraught here. We're not in anti-aircraft fire range just yet. So this 0 is firing at Campbell, or no, he's determining his maneuver, and he is +1, and he's advantaged, and he gets a 9. +1's a 10. He's going to attempt out of the sun, and now he gets a +1, and he rolls a 10. +4 attack. Oh, brother. Well, Campbell's going to try to, he's going to take another stress. He's going to try to evade to keep from getting shot down. That guy rolls a 5 and an 8. Well, he gets +5, so that's a 10. They shot down Campbell. So Campbell went down too. Okay, the 0s are tearing up my Wildcats. All right, this other 0's going for maneuver. Oh, against Regalo, who is shaken. So he's going to get a +3 for his maneuver. It's a 1, which is a 4, a tight turn. It's a +3 again, and he gets a 5, that's an 8. He gains 1 position on Regalo, and he's going to fire with a +3. And Regalo is going to, of course, evade, try to save his skin here. Here we go. And it is a 3 and an 8, but the 3 is the one that they get. 3 + 3 is a 6, so that's another stress. So he goes to 6. Okay, he's at his limit now. Okay, now I got Ocampo coming in. He's doing in my sights. He's a +1, and he gets a 1, which is a 2. He lost a position. Oh my gosh. That's so bad. So bad. Okay. I can't believe it. And the bomber gets to fire at him, but he's going to evade. So I got to see if I can keep from getting tangled up with this guy. So he's firing at me. I'm evading. He gets a 6 and a 7. The 6 is a stress. So he's now up to 4 stress on Ocampo. So my cap is having a lot of trouble here. All right, here we go. Now they're going to move into the anti-aircraft range. I got a free 0 out here that he's going to pick up my fighter. So they may knock me down here. All right, so here we go. The first guy's firing at Regalo. He gets +3 on his maneuver choice, and it's a 6. Makes that a 9. He's going in my sights. He gets a +3 again. 3 and 3 is a 6. He gains 1 attack. So he gets +1, +2, +4. Regalo's already at his limit, so I can't do anything there. He gets a 4, and a 4 is an 8. So he shoots down. Regalo goes down now. Okay. So all my fighters are getting nailed here. Now I got the same problem up here, except I'm not shaking here. So he gets a +1 on his maneuver. It is an 8, which is a 9. So he's trying in my sights. And he gets a +1 on a 9. It's +2 attack. So he gets +3. Oh, I'm going to spend a stress and make me a 5. Right here. Try to dodge this guy. Here he goes. He is... Oh, he picked up Ocampo. It would have been neutral anyway. So he's a +1. And +2, he gets +3. He gets a, oh my gosh, a 9 and an 8. So down went Ocampo got shot down too. So all 4 of my cap fighters went down. I'm going to have to do some SAR results, see if I can save these guys now. This was bad. This Japanese attack, they're pissed because I sunk their carrier. All right. So we know now these guys are all moved in. They're in the carrier anti-aircraft zone. Okay. If an enemy bomber is in the closest space, perform an AA attack prior to the bomber attacking the carrier. The fighters don't get attacked, so it's only the bomber. So my anti-AA die roll modifier is a +2. And my anti-aircraft fire is 8. So I get a +2 modifier at this torpedo bomber. So here we go. Oh, 4 makes that a 6. He got through the anti-aircraft fire. Enemy bomber attack. He attacks the carrier. If he's a torpedo bomber, use the low attack number. Low attack is 5. Roll D10, apply any modifiers. Don't have any modifiers right now. Equal to or greater than the attack number, the carrier's hit. Okay, so here we go. The Japanese pilot got through that whole thing, and now he's dropping his torpedo at my carrier, the Big E. And he gets a 2. He misses. Oh my goodness. He missed. That's it. They reel off. And they pull off. Oh, okay. The zeros go home. The torpedo bomber goes back. He didn't get anybody. And now I got a mess to clean up. I got 4 fighters in the water. Okay. I don't have any damage to do. But I do have to do my SAR results here. Damage control for fire, recovery resolve, recovery results. Yep. Okay, so my SAR results, in this case, these guys, if I can find it here. Okay, add 1 for every weight point ADG. No, add 2 if destroyed during target bound, or 1 if destroyed during home bound. So I would say we don't get any modifier for that. And the target was not destroyed, so we don't add 1 for that. They're right here with the fleet. I'm just rolling to see what happens here. So it's a straight up roll, it looks to me. All right, so we'll start with Ocampo and see what he gets. He gets a 3. He was killed, so he's gone. Ocampo's killed. Okay, here comes Regalo. He gets 3. He's killed. Okay, here comes Campbell. He is a 5. Killed. Oh my gosh. And here comes Wilmar. A 1. He died too. They killed them all. They actually died. Wow. Okay. So I lost 4 planes. I'm going to have to get 4 new pilots, 4 new Wildcat pilots. They're all going to be newbies. Okay. So that was disastrous. Okay, we still got to do our recovery operation for our planes that were in flight. Okay, so these guys, they're all gone now. And we'll have to mark them off on our sheet as a KIA. All right, so we got to do our recovery. So this is our landing table here. Okay, we have to check the sea state. Pilot recovery. So this is our aircraft coming in. Okay. First thing we do is check our sea state. We're going to roll. And it is a 9. And a 9 is calm, +2. So we roll on these guys now. And we have a table. So we had sea state here. So we rolled a 9. So it's calm +2. So now for each one of the aircraft we roll, and we get to add 2 to the die roll. And depends on what he rolls, he could maybe even get rid of some stress here. And if they're legendary, skilled, or green, all those modifiers too. Okay, so the first guy is Hughes, and Hughes is a veteran. So we get +2, and he gets +1, so that's +3 on his die roll. So Hughes is landing, he gets a +3 on a 10. So he gets 1 less stress. So I'm going to remove a stress from Hughes. And he lands, and he had no damage. So he's going to go into routine maintenance right here on the sheet. So he lands, and he goes into routine maintenance because his plane had no damage on it. Okay, next guy is Casabelli. And Casabelli is coming in. He gets a +2, and he's skilled. And skilled has no effect. He's a 3, so he's not shaken. So it's just a +2 on his die roll. And he has a major damage, so that's a -2. So he's just straight up roll. And it is a 5. And a 5 is uneventful, no effect. Okay, so Casabelli comes in here, and he has a damaged aircraft. So that's where he lands. Okay. Next we have Thatch. Thatch is a legendary, of course. No damage. So he's +2. He's +3 to his die roll. So a +3 is a 1. And 3 is a 4. Uneventful. So Thatch puts her down there. He's going into the routine maintenance. All right. Next up. Long. Long has no damage. He's average. So it's a +2 to his die roll. +2 on a 7 is a 9. And a 9 is perfect, and he removes 1 stress. So we take 1 stress off of Long. He has no stress now. That's even better. And he goes into routine maintenance. Now we have Yandy. He has no stress. He is skilled, so it's still going to be a +2. And he gets a 3, which is a 5, and a 5 is uneventful. So Yandy's in the routine maintenance. Now comes Walker. Walker's average. He gets +2. And a 4 +2 is a 6. and a 6 is uneventful. So Walker's in, and now we have Lewis, and Lewis is average. So his is a +2, and that is a 9. So he gets one less stress on Lewis. So he'll have no stress. Okay, so Lewis is in for routine maintenance. Okay, so where we're at here is we have Foot, who got recovered, but his plane needs to be done, and I got 4 new pilots I'm going to have to replace if I have that many Wildcat pilots. I may have to reuse one of these guys and make him a rookie. Okay, and so we get 1 SO point for each day. That'll help there because I'm probably gonna have to buy something maybe. All right, so the next thing we do after we do the maintenance cycle, we're going to get 4 upgrade points. We destroyed 2 targets, so that's 2 more, so now we're at 6. We destroyed a gung-ho target, that's +2, that puts us at 8. We shot down a legendary bandit, that's +3, now we're at 11. We shot down 2 veterans, 11, 12, 13. Nobody became an ace, and we expended a gung-ho, so we gained 14 points. All right, so we'll take 5, 10, and 14, and we'll put that in here with the 4 that I've already got, and now I can start expending points. All right, so I'm going to try to do this real quick before my battery runs out. We're going to expend those points. We're going to spend 8 points and improve our radar, and it becomes a 6. So we make it better. There, and that cost me 8 points. So I have a 4 and a 4. Okay, I'm going to spend 5 points and improve my target search and get that down to 5 now. And I'm going to spend 5 points on my anti-aircraft and make that a 7. Okay, so I spent all my points. My hangar crew have to work. But I'm going to have to determine my pilots here because I can spend, I have five hangar crew here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this area here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 2 of them are going to do all the daily maintenance, and all these guys become operational again. I'll sort them out there in a little bit. Okay, and I have a damaged aircraft here, which is Casabelli, and damaged, it takes 1 crew to repair that. So that moves him up to routine maintenance. So I'm going to leave him there. And then I can either get Foot a new airplane, or I can get my new crew a couple of these fighters, and I think that's probably what I'll do. So I'll look at that when I get done here. All right, so now I'm going to upgrade my, update my spreadsheet, and then we'll call it a wrap on this one. We'll be ready for day 3. Okay, so I've updated the sheet. I gained 2 SO points because of the random event card, but I spent 12, and I paid for R&R, stress, 2 stress from everybody. So that really healed me up some because everybody except Foot is down to 0, and Casabelli has 1 stress on him. I only had 3 other Wildcat pilots left in the game, so I only added 3 back, so I'm short of Wildcat now. And to me, that's realistic. I guess it's my part of the house rule, maybe. Don't have enough pilots, I shouldn't have lost that many. So it's unfortunate that my cap didn't have enough to kill those zeros. And they got slaughtered by 2 zeros, put them all down. But that's, you know, get into those low turning dogfights with a 0, and that's what happens to you. Okay, so No aces, anything like that. I spent all my points upgrading my ship, as you saw in the video. I spent all my maintenance. I got one of the um, newbie pilots out now, so he can start. We can start developing him anyway. And on the next turn, hopefully, I can get his. And Foot still needs his plane back, but maybe he'll pick up some R&R before day 4 gets here. So we're all set to go to day 3 on a 4-day campaign. That was rough. I got my missions, my bombing missions, I did well. But when I got their carrier attack, nailed me. So luckily, my ship didn't take any damage, but my fighters did. So that was unfortunate. We're going to leave it at that. I'm going to we'll get ready for day 3, mission 1, and we'll see what comes up. The fleet carrier got shuffled back into the target deck, so it's ready to go, and the destroyer got taken out because I destroyed it. All right, so we'll see what happens on the next one. I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is a lot of fun, but it's a lot more work. It's a lot more involved, but it really added something to the game. And it's really made this interesting because now, not only am I having to fly my missions, I got to defend the carrier too. And that's making it tough, but that's fun. And I am enjoying it. So I hope you are too. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.